Okay, this is take one of our first ever unboxing video here at Indie Coffee. I'm Daz, nice to meet you. I've got a bit of a cold on our first video, so just getting a bit of medicine down me tonight. Thought I might as well do a bit of an unboxing on a grinder that we've just had come in for a client. She's actually asked for us to set the grinder up for her as well. I thought while I've got the special gloves on, setting the grinder up for her, I might as well have a look in the box. And we thought, why not film it while we're doing it? So, as you probably guessed from the description, inside this box, fingers crossed, is going to be a Macap M5D on-demand grinder. It's the M5D as opposed to the M5D Plus, the difference just being the hopper size. This one should be a 600 gram, the M5D Plus has a kilo. So without further ado, I'm going to take my Swiss Army knife and I'm going to just open her up. You should usually have a responsible adult present when you're using one of these, but I'm here all alone, so make of that what you will. Okay, so the hopper is nice and securely installed into the box. Get that out. It's obviously a good sign. No movement there. Fairly confident that that's going to be nice and secure in the middle of that. The base. User instructions. I know it's sad, but I'll be having a good look through them in a minute. Okay, then we've got a bit more padding. Ooh. The grinder actually sits on a bit more padding at the bottom there. So after you've taken your hopper out, you probably do want to stand the box upright. Okay. Looks like a smart grinder under the bags. There she is. Get some close-ups, but hopefully you can see that she is quite a smart grinder. Put the base in place. And I suspected the grinder's in one piece, thanks to its lovely bit of padding. Sorry about that, just checking how long we go on the old timer. Smart little hopper, 600 gram, nice and compact. Just need a flat-headed screwdriver, which I've got. Luckily. And that to open up the locking bolt here for the hopper. That should line up with the hole at the bottom of the hopper. falling off. Okay. So first impressions, a smart little grinder to be honest. As I said at the start of the video, it's going to be calibrated in a second, so I'm going to just check back on the video so far, see if you guys at home need to be readjusted into a different position, and read the instruction manual, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm just going to carry on with the video. Yeah. Been and read my instruction manual, found out some pretty cool features. I'll show you some of them. One thing that I did spot as I'd attached my doser, my hopper, sorry. On this particular model of Macap, the M5D, we have the micro mechanical adjuster. Now this mechanism actually catches your lock-in nut if it was in the position that it was in on this particular model. Now that's not really an issue to say that as soon as we turn it on we're going to be able to adjust it down to fine enough, and then we can just pop this into one of the other holes that's been helpfully drilled by the manufacturer. Just thought I'd give you the heads up on that because that could blow your mind maybe. It's better to know up front, isn't it? I thought I'd do a quick bit on how to set how fine or coarse the coffee grind is on this on-demand grinder. A lot of coffee grinders follow the same simple formula, up or down. You sometimes get them that do it digitally. This one I believe is known as a micro mechanical adjustment mechanism. You get this little flappy paddle thing here. You get one on each side. Helps you turn the main ring in the middle up and down. On the top here, you've got some numbers, and it seems on this grinder that they align with this sort of indent just after your selection button. As you can see, we've got it set to just under 7 at the minute. That's going to be far too coarse, I'm hoping. I'm just going to take it down from 6 to probably between 2 and 1, which will be where we'll have it for our espresso. I won't go too much finer than that with it being a client's coffee grinder. I don't want to you know, take it too fine and wreck her teeth. By all means experiment with your own equipment. I can get her in an angle for you. Sound. So at about 6.75 on the adjustment ring, our grind is very coarse, more coarse than sand even. That might be okay in a cafetiere if you left it to brew for a while, a French press. You could try running it through a pour over, but I think that would make quite a weak coffee. I don't think it would have time to extract very well. To adjust her down, we're going to turn our nice flappy paddle away from us, and every now and then we're going to just want to press the button just to make sure that there's no beans being crushed between the blades. You'll feel it start to get tighter as you turn it. That's just the beans in between getting compressed, and you don't want to get it too compressed because the teeth won't be able to spin. Just about to come up to number 3. So that's about a 3.5. Just show you what 3.5 looking like. So that's definitely more of a pour over type grind. Maybe a little bit fine even. You could probably go up to a number 4 on this grinder with these beans for a nice pour over blend. But that'll definitely go nice in a pour over. Definitely still too coarse for it to be in an espresso. Obviously this does take a while, but if you were to be servicing the teeth, for instance, there is a mechanism whereby you can take off the two end plastic bits, and there's a Phillips screwdriver on a little bolt that runs through the mechanism here, and the whole thing's on a hinge, so you can lift it away and you can use your hands to unscrew the thread for the adjustment mechanism much more quickly. Okay, so we are just under a number 2 here. There we go. And this is what we're looking for. Good espresso grind. We have a nice mixture of these little briquettes forming. Nice powdery espresso grind coffee. If you go any finer, you'll find that the bricks of coffee are going to be much bigger, and there's going to be much less powdered coffee. You might find that your machine struggles to push water through it if it gets too fine. You might also find that you don't get very much espresso, and that it's just quite generally thick and bitter. This should make a much nicer espresso. So now we'll just set the timings and put her through the machine. I can't wait to taste an espresso off her. We're gonna run a test through the BFC Imola when she's warmed up. Not long now. And while she's warming, have a quick look at the programming options. So aside from this continuous dose, it comes as standard with a number 1 setting, and a number 2 setting. They're set at 2 seconds and 4 seconds by default. If you press it again, you get the continuous dose. To enter the programming mode, you just have to press this in for, it says 10 seconds, but it says until it changes, so you know, press it in and look and you'll see when it changes. You change through these menu actions by turning this. A bit hard with these gloves on. The Macap M5D digital display on demand grinder comes with, in fact, 3 programmable doses. It only has 2 set by default, but I don't know if you saw when I was just scrolling through then. Just exited. To exit, just find the exit and click the button. So if you can see here, it says program 1 and there's 2 empty boxes. You can actually enable a third program. So if you do a lot of specialty coffees and you only put a few beans in at a time to make the most of your on-demand grinder, you know, you can really calibrate this down to exactly what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be a single and a double basic setup. If that's what you need, that's what you need. It's there. But if you do the more specialty coffees, you've got a third option there as well, and that's fully calibratable as well. I'm not going to bother turning that on. You'll have to take my word for it. Another interesting feature is this DTS. I'm just going to consult my instruction manual just to tell you what DTS is. It actually is called the dosing type selection. The DTS function allows you to decide how to select the dose. In standard mode, you do it how I've shown you. If you were to set it to DTS mode, you can select 1, 2 or 3 off here, off the red button. Sorry, I've just realised that I've off the red button. You can, if you press it once, it'll do the first option, twice it'll do the second option, third it'll do obviously the third option, or it'll do the continuous dose. If you're interested, read the instruction manual. Interestingly as well, you can, if you need to, push and grind, that's the other mode. And we'll set it back to standard. And we're just going to go and have a look at the counter mode. So you can see I've done 6 single so far, just while I've been setting up the grinder. I've done 3 double, and I've not done any of the third one yet. Leave that to the client to decide if she wants it or not. Exit that. You can also set a password, so you can lock off the admin functions, the calibration settings and all of that part of the system, and your firmware version. To actually change a dose, this goes up in 0.5 second increments when you turn it clockwise, and down in 0.5 increments when you turn it counterclockwise. So, useful bit of kit if you like to calibrate your grinder. Here's a set of good coffee scales. My personal favourite is the Tangent coffee scales. You can buy these on the website as well. I just like them because they're nice and robust. They come with a cover over the top. They're pretty no frills, but they do what you need when you need them to. And they do it well. These espresso scales, by the way, tend to have a very easy way of tearing, setting your 0 point. And I tend to do my shots into a spare filter basket. You'll be able to use the one that's on your machine. Place your filter basket on the scales and, tear it back to 0. Okay, so we've got it set at 2 seconds, which is the standard default setting for Macap MD5. And it's default program number 1. Scales. Tad. That's quite a small dose at 2 seconds. Just show you that. Usually you try and get it up to at least where the brim is on a single basket. I tend to anyway. So that's showing at 3.7 grams. I'm going to go somewhere for 7.5 to 8 grams. So I'm just going to enter programming mode. And we'll program that first one. Probably set it to try 4.5. set properly. I think that might still be a little bit light, but there's one more way to tell. Okay, so that's a 7.8 gram shot. So I'm just going to turn her up a little bit more. So it's a 4.8 gram shot. 4.8 second shot, sorry. And this looks like this is going to be closer to 8 grams. Perfect. 8 grams. Brilliant. Well, I've done the setup, weighed the espresso shots. I'm gonna make an espresso. Unfortunately, we are quite poor at indie coffee, so I'm going to have to set up to be able to show you me pouring this quickly easily enough. You can make it back to the box. You're going to have to trust me, this is a hell of a machine. You can buy it on the website, there'll be a link in the description. The espresso is pouring a little bit quickly. It seems like it's got a good strong crema on it. I'll bring it over now and finish pouring. Try and zoom in as it settles. Again, it is a little bit quick on its settling. It did pour quite quickly, but not a bad first grind. We'll probably have a play with it on site when we're showing the customer how to set it up, but I'm definitely going to drink that so that I don't fall asleep on the bus. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like and share, or thumbs up, whatever you call it on YouTube. If you've seen it on Facebook, find us on YouTube too. Keep up to date on Instagram. And yeah, thanks for watching.